Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you the ultimate speed lick on the guitar. Now this is used by loads of great guitarists. Slash, Joe Bonamassa, Jimi Hendrix, all of the 80s guys. It's a classic stock speed lick and it sounds like this. Okay, that's the lick. It's actually, when you slow this down, as I'm going to do in this video, it's super easy to get the hang of, and it's just a matter of building up the speed, which I'm going to talk about in this video. And what I'm going to do as well is I can show you how to move that all over the fretboard, create different sounds, because it's a simple pattern, and when you get the hang of it, it sounds absolutely amazing. Okay, as I said, in this video, we are going to learn the ultimate speed lick on the guitar. If you haven't done it already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, and click that alert bell so you don't miss any updates. Right then, so when I showed you this lick at the beginning of the video, I did play with quite a lot of distortion, pretty fast, kind of quite rocky. You know, guitarists like Slash would do something like this. All of the kind of the 80s guitarists as well, if you like 80s music, George Lynch, Richie Sambora, you know, Van Halen, all of those guys play this. Blues guitarists, you can hear it. You can hear it in John Mayer's playing. You can hear it in Joe Bonamassa's playing. Obviously played with a different sound and in a slightly different way, but essentially this lick is the same. Guitarists have been playing it for years. Hendrix, Jimmy Page is such a classic lick. I'm going to learn it based on the minor pentatonic scale, but I'm going to show you in this video, if you stay tuned, how you can move it all around and use it in different kind of situations, major scales and minor scales and that sort of thing. Okay, so let's just get stuck right into learning it. It's going to be based in A minor pentatonic. And what we're going to do, we're going to learn it to start with, and we're going to use the G and the B strings like this. So we're going to play the 7th fret on the G, the 5th on the B, hammer onto the 8th on the B, and pull off back to the 5th on the B. So it's literally just 4 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is it. Once you get that pattern, you speed it up and you understand sort of how to move pentatonic scales all over the neck, move the major scale over the neck. It can sound amazing and you can get it into your playing right away. So let's just talk about the picking then. There's 2 ways I'd recommend picking it. One would be a down on the G and an up on the B. So you'd get down, up, hammer on, pull off. Down, up, hammer on, pull off. Okay, so that's one way to pick it. The other way would be to kind of do like a mini sweep or a mini economy pick, which is where you would play the G string with a down, let the pick move through the string, so don't kind of bounce it, don't bring the pick off as you would if you're up and down picking. You literally push through the string, land on the B, and then play that one as well. So you get this, down, down. So it's all done in one motion. So we're not going down, down, and removing this hand at all from the strings. I'm literally pushing through the G, landing on the B, and then pushing through the B. And repeating. Down, 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 down. So that's a little bit harder to get the hang of if that's a technique you're not used to doing. However, for me personally, I find that's the way I get the most speed out of it. Down, 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 down. Okay, for me, that is the way I get the most speed, but there's nothing wrong with doing the down up as well. Down up, down up, down up, down up. Okay, so there is another way you can play this lick. The notes are identical, we're just starting it in a different place. So I'll put the metronome on in a sec with this sort of stuff, so you'll see how it goes. But basically what we're doing, we're going to start on this note on the 5th fret on the B instead. So we're going to get this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rather than the way we looked at it just now, which was 1, 2, 3, 4. Same lick, just starting in a different place. You might find that easier, but I definitely recommend kind of learning both, because often with licks, what's great is when you take a lick and you change the rhythm ever so slightly, like what we've just done. We've just started it in a different place. So you're kind of almost getting more bang for your buck, if you like, out of the lick. Now, when you play it as well in a song, it does have a slightly different sound. As much as it's the same thing, by starting it in a different place does give it kind of a different sort of sound to it. So definitely recommend, you know, practicing both. One will naturally feel a bit easier. Either way is fine, okay? So let me just get a metronome on, and I'm going to play both ways so you can hear how it sounds. Sounds like this. So this is the first way. Starting on that G string. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the second way, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'll just play them after each other now. Same thing, just after each other. Okay, so that was at the 100 BPM and I was playing eighth notes, also known as quavers. So if you're finding that pretty tough, that speed, just slow it right down. Okay, so building the speed element of this lick is very much just practice it slowly, a little bit every day, and gradually build the speed up over time. Speed is kind of like a byproduct of practicing slowly and accurate. Okay, what you don't want to do is learn this lick, be able to play it fast, and it's sloppy and it doesn't sound very good. So just gradually build this up over the next kind of couple of weeks, couple of months. Okay, start nice and slow and slowly push the BPM every day or every couple of days. You know, notching it up 2 or 3 BPM, 5 BPM. What you probably find is when you get this under your fingers, you go quite fast initially, then you might hit the plateau. So often we're learning guitar, we don't get this perfectly smooth straight curve where we're just getting better and better all the time. It often goes like this. We get really good and then it kind of plateaus, then it goes up and then it plateaus. Okay, that's just natural. That's part and parcel of playing the guitar. Okay, so that's the lick. So what we can do with that lick then, as much as we were just doing it in that one place, we can play it between any pair of strings in the minor pentatonic. So we could play it between the B and the E strings like this. So I'm still playing in A minor pentatonic, but I'm going to play same pattern. That's 8 on the B, 5 on the high E, 8 on the high E. You know, we could do it between the G and the B as we did. We could do it between the D and the G. We could do it between the A and the D, or the E and the A. So you can play it everywhere on the minor pentatonic. If you know your other positions, we can take it higher. Okay, so you can literally do it everywhere on the pentatonic between pairs of strings. So let's just have a quick chat about other notes. Obviously, you've got the blues note. That's probably the next thing we can talk about. So let's go back to our A minor pentatonic. We've got the blues note there, which is the 8th fret on the G string. So what we can do then, there was our original lick. Well, let's swap it for the blues note, this 7th fret on the G. So let's play the 8th fret on the G instead. Okay, we can mix up between the 7th fret on the G and the blues note like this. Blues note, 7th on the G, blues note. So then I'm doing the same lick that we've looked at all this video, and I'm just playing, there's the first lick. Then I'm going to swap that note for that note. So that's the 8th fret on the G. So let me just put all of that together, play it a bit faster. Okay, and that was it on the blues scale. So you can kind of see what we're doing. We're sort of playing one note on a lower string, 3 notes on a higher string. So what I mean by that is, if the G is our lower string, we're playing 1 and then 3 on a higher string. So when we did the blues note, we just changed the lower string note. 1 note on a lower string, 3 on a higher string. And you can literally switch the notes out, just keeping that pattern consistent as it is. You can use blues scale, you can use the minor scale, you can use the major scale, you can use modes. It doesn't matter what notes you're playing, what scale. If, you know, obviously it needs to fit with whatever song you're jamming over, but in essence, that's the pattern. Okay, and that was the ultimate speed lick for guitar. There's so much you can do with this. It's really versatile. I literally play this lick every day in probably every solo I've ever played, just because it's one of those ones when you get on your fingers, it's kind of easy. You don't have to really think about it. It's just a matter of building up the speed, and it sounds amazing when you play it. Okay, if you want the tab and notation, you'll see a link in the description. There's a workbook with everything I've kind of chatted about. If you haven't done already, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Click that alert bell so you don't miss any updates. If you want to get in touch with myself, come over and check out fretlix.com, which is my online guitar school where we have tons of courses, lessons, and live stream content. Hope you enjoyed that video, and I'll speak to you soon.